In Jerusalem, in the friary of St. Francis ad Cenaculum, more often known as the Little Cenacle, the celebration of Corpus Christi took place, presided over by the Custos of the Holy Land, Brother Francesco Patton, a very intimate and recollected Mass and a Eucharistic procession inside the garden were a sign of that personal relationship that Christ establishes with each of us to make us His own and transform us gradually into Him.
Questa cappella I frati hanno aperto per accogliere gruppi di pellegrini e così noi vediamo durante tutto l'anno come la celebrazione dell'Eucaristia.
The friars opened this chapel to welcome pilgrim groups, so throughout the year we see how the celebration of the Eucharist affects the whole life of these groups. See the difference between when a group enters and when it leaves, when it is touched by the memory of being near that place where Jesus left us this sign of His own presence. He left us His presence. It is not simply information for them. But these are people who go to Mass every week, and somehow they bring their whole Eucharistic life here. The practice of going to Mass, this is what is deepened here.
E così in qualche modo portano qui tutta la loro vita eucaristica, la pratica di andare in messa, quello viene qui approfondita.
The Eucharist is a hard gift given by God to His people, but in the perspective of the covenant, the accepted Eucharist also becomes a commitment that the people make to their Lord.
In our personal lives, in our spiritual lives, I think it's something that we should do every day. I think there's such a lack of understanding of the real presence of Christ, and it's only in spending time with Him that we get to know Him. It's like a relationship with a person. We want to spend time with them, so why wouldn't we want to spend time with Christ, who's given everything for us, who continues to be with us, and who loves us into being who we are.
In his simple and most profound Eucharistic piety, St. Francis before the Eucharistic mystery exults with joy, and he invites us to rejoice and adore the mystery of God's humility that is manifested in a sublime way in the Eucharist. Francis says, "All humanity trembles, the whole universe trembles, and heaven rejoices when on the altar, in the hand of the priest, Christ, the living Son of God, is present."
As a Franciscan sister of the Eucharist is extremely important for our community. We try to have adoration every day, either if the tabernacle is closed or when we're together, because for us, community life too. When we pray together, I think it enhances the prayers of each other, and I feel like it brings out the best in who we are that we can give back to Him.
It is in the Eucharist that God opens a personal way to reach and renew and nourish each of us. And they, as a group, will also change. They will be different.
Saranno diversi.